It was a really good song.
Can I interview or talk for a second?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just can you keep talking to get all of it?
1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Are we ready?
Are you ready?
August, can you talk for a second?
Talking. Hello. My name is August, but I was born in October.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
My parents wanted to prank everybody. No. The joke I say is like, oh, I was born late, like 2 months late. And a lot of people are like, really? I'm like, no. That's not possible. Yeah.
We're good to go when you are.
Cool.
All right. Okay, you're listening to Live in Studio A on KDVS 90.3 FM. We're joined by August Lee Stevens. That's a hell of a name, and you got a hell of a talent. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm excited to be here and honored. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from?
Okay. I am from Hercules, California, which for everyone listening is between Vallejo and Pinole, or Vallejo and Richmond. I'm from the Bay Area. What should I say about myself? I don't know. I'm from...
That's perfect.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, your music.
Yes, I'm a musician. I should have
You're
said
a
that.
musician.
Yeah.
You play keyboards. You play guitar.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
So I play keys and I like air quotes play guitar because I only know how to play my songs. And I sing, and I played violin in 4th grade for like a few months.
Okay.
But yeah, I write songs, I write music, I play the music that I write. And yeah, cool.
So 4th grade, is music part of your background?
Yeah.
You got a long history with it?
I've been playing, so my parents put me into piano lessons like against my will when I was 6 or 7. I'm really grateful they did that though, because I have piano to fall back on if I need to explain something to other musicians. And it's also just like music has been a huge part of my life, and something I could fall back on for like solitude or expression, or just like when I'm angry and want to slam on keys. That's really satisfying, just like the physical act of that. But yeah, I've been doing music for most of my life, and then I didn't start writing songs until maybe high school is when I started trying to sing, because I was really shy and didn't want to sing for a while. Yeah.
Okay. So are you a solo act, or do you perform with a group?
Yeah, I'm a solo act. I started off as a solo act, kind of just I would do shows with my loop pedal, so I would do loops with the guitar and piano and kind of go back and forth. And then almost a year ago, actually a little more than a year ago, I started playing with some friends, and they are now in my band, and now I have a band. And we're kind of in like a giant band cult because all of them have their own bands, so we just like switch off for whoever's free is playing with who.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's cool. I play solo and I play with my peeps, and I love them. Yeah.
Nice. So do you play around the Bay Area mostly?
Yeah, mostly around the Bay Area, like Oakland, SF. We have some in San Jose. We do a lot in Santa Cruz because I went to school out there, so I still do a lot of shows out there. And I have some coming up in Portland in June, which is exciting. But mostly, the majority of the shows are around the Bay. Yeah.
Cool.
Can we pause for 1 second, sorry?
Sure.
Levels, I think there's technical difficulties. 1 second.
How was the transition between guitar and piano? Is there any correlation between the two?
Yeah, I think I started off with piano, and I went to like a performing arts school, and it was really hardcore, and I loved it, but it was like really intense and competitive, and you'd get graded on like playing at recitals and everything. So I think I have a lot more stress with piano, because I'm like, it has to be good or else I'm gonna like get an F, even though like no one's grading me anymore, but that was just like ingrained because it was so much of my life. And then guitar I picked up partially because growing up I was obsessed with Taylor Swift. And then in high school I got obsessed with Hozier.
Interesting.
I started,
different genre.
Very different genre. My genre stuff is all over the place. Like, it doesn't make sense. And guitar was easier to carry around, and I wanted to be a rock star.
We're so sorry.
You're good. You're good,
Like
bro.
1 more minute.
Yeah, you're good. And now, I don't know. I think I write better on guitar because I'm not so much in my head, since I don't know what I'm playing, I play it kind of like by ear and by like the 3 chords that I know.
Alright, we're good to go again.
Cool.
Sorry.
We're just gonna keep going. We're not
Sure,
gonna.
yeah. With no context.
Yeah.
So then I stole the money and then I like fled. And yeah.
So 3 chords.
3 chords. Okay.
What's the significance of 3 chords?
No, it's how many chords? I know C, D, E, G. I know how to play F, but I avoid it because it's a bar chord and I suck at playing those. And then I know A minor and E minor. So
Now,
7 chords.
a band told me that all you need to make a great song is 3 chords.
That's true. Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's true. A lot of the songs that you hear on the radio are 3 chords. A lot of my songs, actually, I get teased for this, are 3 chords.
Really?
Because I wrote them on guitar. So, like, I don't know how to play guitar, really. And, yeah, I think that's true. I think, like, if you have the 3 chords and you play them in a way and, like, put them with a melody that works and, like, moves people, then that's significant in the lyrics and all that stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter. I have a song that's 2 chords, and I think it's my favorite song. I didn't play it today, though. I should have done that. But that one, I think also because there's so few changes, there's a lot of room for everyone. Like, when I play it with a band, there's a lot of room for solos. There's a lot of room for, like, improvising or, like, adding different voicings and harmonies and stuff. Because I kind of look at the chords, and, like, when I'm playing guitar, I'm mostly strumming. Actually, I guess that's not true. But when I'm playing guitar, I'm playing simple stuff. And that leaves room for, like, a lot of weaving and, I don't know, just collaborating with the other musicians and stuff, which is cool.
So how do you walk the line between creative expression, free flow, and musical proficiency, being technical on your notes?
Oh, that is something I don't know how I do that, because I don't think I do that.
Is it conscious or it happens?
It's a little conscious, like, because I was telling you I went to a performing arts school, so, like, I always have just in my head, like, oh, Mr. I won't say their names. Mr. So-and-so is looking at me, or, like, Miss So-and-so is, like, telling me that I'm off key and stuff. So that's always in my head, and when I practice, I'm practicing into that. Like, I'll record myself or, like, film myself performing sometimes just so I can go back and, like, critique it. But then I don't think I practice enough sometimes, too. I think I want to increase how much I practice, because I want to have a moment when you go on stage and you just play without worrying about it. And in my head, just because of the way that I was taught and stuff, I feel like I can't get to that until I, like, know a song back to front and can go up there and I'm like, I'm not worried about playing the right notes, and now I can freely express. I don't think that's fully true, but that's just, like, what I believe.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know how I walk that line. There's days where I'm just like, throw it all out there, I don't care, and do everything. And those shows end up good sometimes, and then there's shows where I'm like, be super, like, technical and proficient, and those shows also end up good sometimes not. So I think you do have to have a blend. I'm still working on figuring out what that blend is. Yeah.
So you have a bit of a history performing in shows.
Mm-hmm.
You're no newbie when it comes to performing in front of a crowd. How do you determine your set list?
I kind of said that today. I know what song I want to end with, and I try to think of the energy throughout the show. I love watching, like, performance videos from other people, or, like, I love Beyonce. I'll start there. I love Beyonce. I love watching all of her shows and stuff. I'm not trying to be that because I can't. But I love the way that she curates the whole show, and that the way the energy fluctuates throughout all of it. So I try, when I look at my shows, obviously, like, to a much smaller scale and with different music, I try to figure out how I can make the energy flow throughout the performance. And I'm a sucker for, like, really big endings and stuff. So I try to think of, and a lot of my songs are also, like, a little sad. They're, like, sadder love songs. So I try to think of how can I move people without leaving them, like, depressed.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's how I'll fluctuate from, like, upbeat songs to downbeat, or, like, by subject matter, whether it's a love song or whether it's just, like, an angry aggression song of my own personal grievances and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll usually know what song I want to start or what song I want to end with, and then I think of different moments I want to have throughout the set. And, like, this is a moment that I want silence, or this is a moment that I want people to like cry, or this is a moment I want to like get everyone happy and lovey-dovey and stuff like that.
Does it ever change in the moment?
Sometimes, yeah. There's sets and shows where I go on stage and then I change the order of the songs, and then everyone's mad at me. I kind of try to feel the room, but for the most part, I do have at least an idea of what the set list is to fall back on, because I also get freaked out on stage sometimes and like my brain goes blank. So if I know what the order is, then I can go and switch it up in the moment. But yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned you like Beyonce, but when I was listening to your set with Nothing But Love, I kind of thought of Solange.
Ah, that makes me happy too. I love Solange. I mean, I love Beyonce, and she's Beyonce. I don't know what else I can add to that. And like I grew up watching her and listening to her, but I appreciate Solange because she does have a different lane. Like she's not I guess Beyonce is more of a pop artist because
Right.
she's like bigger songs, high energy songs. Solange, I think of more of like soulful, jazzy stuff, and they can both do either or. But I think they just like find their strengths and stick with that. And so yeah, I love Beyonce and have modeled as much as I can after her, but I can't model my music or the dancing or that like level of talent after her. At least not without the years that she put in. So I'll take Solange, and I will love Solange and honor that because she's also up there with my top like artists and stuff.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you have your audience established?
Um,
Do you know who your audience is? The
I
crowd?
I pretend that I do. I don't know, stuff like that. No. I have people that I target and that I want to reach. I don't know if I'm reaching them. I hope that I am. And if I'm not, like honestly, anyone that listens to my music and resonates with it, I'm like, yes, please let me embrace you, and figure out how to embrace you further and encourage and inspire you. But
Who are you targeting?
I try to target people I try to target like women or women identifying people. I try to target even like younger girls too, because a lot of my music is me finding strength in like being vulnerable and like having a softer side, and not being ashamed of that. Like I cry easily and stuff like that. So like trying to bring that forward and look at it as a strength instead of a weakness. And I just think that's a message that a lot of people can resonate with, especially a lot of women, because I also have trouble like speaking up, and like I get imposter syndrome a lot. So I just like I'm trying to targeting those people, and like if at all you find this encouraging and like inspirational, that's great. So yeah, and then also like people in my friends demographic, because they listen to me. So when I'm trying to do like the target audience stuff on Instagram, I'm like, I guess this person who's this age that lives by my friend's house. I don't know. Yeah.
Just like your shirt. We did it.
Yes, exactly. We did
Features
it.
female.
Yeah, thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about your future. Where are you going in this upcoming year?
Yeah. So we're on a mini tour. We have some shows out here, some shows. What's the next one? The next one is in San Jose. Well, the first one, when will this be aired? I don't know.
Probably not next week,
Okay, then never mind.
but the following.
Okay, cool. So I have some shows coming up in April in Santa Cruz, in May, I forget where, but everything is online with all the dates and the places. Oakland, Portland, and eventually LA. I'm just not sure when exactly that's happening.
Okay.
But yeah, we have some
Can we
shows.
expect you to break off into the East Coast?
Oh, hopefully. I have some friends that I really want to play with in the East Coast, so I would love to go over there. I also only have been to New York once, and it was in high school, and I was like with adults, so I couldn't really explore or do all the fun things,
Right.
even though I love that trip. But yeah, I would love to go to New York. My mother's moving to Maryland, so maybe that's too personal to share. But she's moving to Maryland. No one find her, please. So I'll be out there a little more frequently. And I've always wanted to go to Vermont. So I don't know why. I just have Delaware too, like the
Bring a jacket.
New England. Yeah, I love the rain. I love the cold. No one will believe me because I shiver really easily, and I know my boyfriend's gonna listen to this and be like, "That's not true." I like cold when I'm inside. I like the coziness of it, so I want to go to the East Coast. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So where can we find your music?
Everything is on all the streaming places, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Bandcamp if you want to support. And I have my first single out there. That's the first song I opened with for this set. And everything else will be out in March and April for the spring, summertime. And yeah, YouTube, there's stuff on there too if you want to see live performances or whatever I post on there. Instagram, I don't post obviously the streaming services, but like recordings or fun stuff. Sometimes I share me like making a recording song if you want behind the scenes stuff.
Cool. All right, August Lee Stevens. Anything else you want to add?
Thanks for having me. Davis is really cool. I have been coming up here a lot more frequently in the past year, and it's such a cute town. Thanks y'all for signing my guitar too.
Thank you for signing the wall.
Thank you. Yeah, I was honored and nervous, and so it's pretty straight actually. I'll say that. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You know,
Thanks.
seen worse.
Yeah. Is that everything? You can find all my stuff at August Lee Stevens on like every platform is at August Lee Stevens.
All right.
Yeah.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good luck in the future. August Lee Stevens.
Cool. Oh,
Sweet.
yay. Thank you, y'all.